upcoming wisdom tooth extraction. We vent the gas into Baxter's office during the hearing, Silas whispered to his crew. If we can get the iron grin to actually grin, he might forget about the court-martial. The plan was perfect. As Baxter sat behind his desk, preparing to sign Pip's termination papers, Silas's crew pumped the gas through the ventilation system. Within minutes, Baxter's scowl began to twitch. He looked at the report of Pip's torpedo mishap. "Potato peels," Baxter giggled. He snorted, a sound like a punctured balloon. He thought the garbage was a spy. "Oh, Pip, you're a riot. Yo, Pippy Winkums." "Sir?" Pip asked, blinking. "I love this country," Baxter roared, leaping onto his desk and performing a clumsy jig. "Cancel the hearing, promote the boy, give him a medal made of chocolate." Just as Silas thought they were in the clear, Grand Inquisitor Malachi walked into the office. He found the base commander wearing a lei made of recycled wires, hugging Pip Penhaligon and calling him a little potato peel hero. "Baxter?" Malachi asked, his voice cold enough to freeze fire. "Malachi, my old pal," Baxter shouted, trying to pin a good conduct medal onto the Inquisitor's nose. "You want a sandwich? Pip's mother makes the best peanut butter in the quadrant." Malachi turned to Silas. "Commander Thorn, what is happening?" "He's celebrating the success of our latest gas leak detection drill." "Sir," Silas lied through his teeth. Malachi watched as Baxter tried to fly off his desk. Clearly, the strain of command has broken him. "Thorn, keep an eye on him. I'm going to find a psychiatric droid." Chapter 5. The Case of the Space Drake. The final straw came when the base's payroll, 62,000 galactic credits, in a small, unmarked canvas bag, went missing. Commander Baxter had set a trap. He had marked his own ID card and left his wallet as bait, hoping Thorn's crew would swipe it. But a local creature, a three-eyed, scaly, peanut butter-loving space drake named Sydney, had wandered into the base and made off with the loot. Silas found Pip in tears. "The commander says, 'I stole it, Skip.' He says, 'I'm a thief.'" But it was Sydney. "The drake ate the ID card. An alligator drake ate the payroll?" Silas asked. "Barnaby will never believe that. He'll have us all in the spice mines of Kessel." Silas and his crew spent the night hunting the creature through the base's ventilation shafts. They found Sydney huddled in a storage closet, the canvas bag firmly clamped in its massive jaws. "Good, Sydney," Silas whispered, holding out a peanut butter sandwich. "Give us the bag, and we'll save Pip." The court-martial was a circus. Baxter sat as the judge, looking smug. "Produce the money, Thorn, or your executive officer spends the next 20 years in a cryo prison." "I have a witness, sir," Silas announced. "A witness? Who?" "Sydney." Silas's crew hauled the space drake into the courtroom. The creature burped, and out popped a soggy, chewed-up ID card belonging to Commander Baxter. "This is an outrage," Baxter screamed. "That beast is a paid actor. It's a plot." A foul, reptilian plot. But the mark on the ID card matched the one Baxter had described in his own trap. "Baxter," Malachi said, "you admitted to marking your own currency to entrap your officers. That is a violation of the peacekeeping protocol. And as for the payroll, it appears the beast was the only one telling the truth." Sydney burped again, spitting the canvas bag of 62,000 credits directly onto Baxter's lap. "The money!" Baxter cried, clutching the bag. "My money!" "No, Barnaby," Silas said with a grin. "That's the Navy's money. And since you've been so focused on trapping us, you didn't notice that the Petty Officers Club finally finished the repairs. They used your private reserve of Sinter whiskey to clear the pipes." Baxter slumped in his chair. "I just wanted 1 week," he whispered. 1 week where I didn't look like a fool." Silas Thorn patted the commander on the shoulder. "Don't worry, Barnaby. You'll always be the commander of Sector 7, Delta, in our hearts. Mostly because nobody else wants the job." As Silas Thorn walked back to the rust bucket, 7-3, Pip Penhaligon running behind him, he looked up at the stars. "Hey, Skip," Pip shouted. "I just found a message from the High Exarch. He wants to know if we can come over to his palace for a fire drill next Tuesday. Silas laughed, lighting a cigar. The lunar base of Sector 7. Delta faded into the distance, a tiny speck of chaos in a very large, very confused galaxy. The scoundrels of Sapphire Seas, a tale of high stakes, low morals, and very high blood pressure. Chapter 1. The Gastric Revolution and the Garter Belt Crisis. The sun over the archipelago of Azure did not merely shine. It interrogated. It beat down upon the coral-crusted outpost of Porto Paradiso with the persistence of a tax auditor. Inside the headquarters of the Naval District, Commodore Horatio, the Crabtree was experiencing a biological event that he often described as a volcanic eruption confined within a waistcoat. Garter belts. Smarmy, garter belts! Crabtree bellowed, his face transitioning through several alarming shades of magenta. His sycophantic adjutant, Lieutenant Reginald Smarmy, jumped so high his heels clicked in midair. Sir! The supply manifests, sir. The nurses' quarters specifically requested. I don't care if they requested silk-lined parachutes for their poodles. Crabtree thundered, slamming a fist onto a desk covered in antacid bottles. You are the logistics officer. If the medical staff requires hosiery suspension, you snap to it. Shake a leg, Smarmy. Or both legs. Just get them their elastic contraptions before they mutiny. Crabtree slumped into his chair, clutching his midsection. Everything is on my shoulders. The war, the logistics, the leaking sinks in the petty officer's lounge. And now, the final nail in my gastric coffin. Smarmy leaned in, his voice a conspiratorial whisper. Sir, you mean the message from High Command? Grand Admiral Irongut Ironsides. Crabtree groaned. He's arriving today on a sneak inspection. A man who eats coal for breakfast and spits out naval regulations. If he sees the state of this base, the gambling, the moonshine, the fact that the patrol boat crew looks like they were recruited from a pirate team drum advertisement, I'm finished. My career will be towed out to sea and scuttled. The telephone rang. Crabtree snatched it up. Yes, this is Crabtree. Who did you expect? The Queen of Sheba. The sinks? I'm the district commodore, not a plumber. Fix the pipes yourself or learn to swim in the lounge. He slammed the phone down and swallowed 3 chalky white pills. My stomach acid could start a diesel engine, Smarmy. I need a way out. If I were incapacitated, Perica, I wouldn't have to face Ironsides. I could appoint an acting base commander. Someone to take the brunt of the Admiral's wrath. Smarmy's eyes gleamed. Sir, I am ready to accept the supreme test. I could. Not you, Smarmy. You're too obvious, Crabtree sneered. I need a sacrificial lamb, a man so incompetent, so chaotic, that the Admiral will spend his entire visit screaming at him instead of looking at my accounting books. I need Captain Jack Sterling, Smarmy gasped. Sterling? And his sea wolves of the Mackerel 07? Sir, they'll turn the base into a Roman orgy within 20 minutes. Exactly, Crabtree cackled, a manic light entering his eyes. They'll destroy themselves right in front of Ironsides. It's brilliant. Smarmy, tell the medic I've collapsed. I feel a very convenient bout of tropical melancholy coming on. Chapter 2. The Admiral and the Air Raid Hula. Captain Jack Sterling was a man who viewed naval regulations as polite suggestions written by people who had never actually seen the ocean. When he was summoned to the Commodore's deathbed, he found Crabtree draped over a chaise lounge like a wilted petunia. Jack, my boy, Crabtree wheezed, feigning a tremor. The doctors, they don't know if I'll make it. I need you to take the helm. You're the acting base commander now. Sterling narrowed his eyes. He knew a trap when he smelled one, and this smelled like a blend of mothballs and desperation. Me, sir? I'm a saltwater skipper. I'm allergic to desks. Why not Smarmy? Smarmy is a boob, Crabtree said with surprising sincerity. It has to be you. And to help you, I'm appointing your bumbling ensign, Bunny Barnaby, as the acting executive officer. Bunny Barnaby, a man who once managed to get his head stuck in a torpedo tube during a routine cleaning.